Good morning. Thanks for joining the Daily Rundown. I'm Kara Rucker. Top headlines we're following. Former Vice President Mike Pence is subpoenaed. Another tech company announces layoffs, and a major fast food chain now testing plant-based products. But our top story this morning, we continue our coverage of the devastation out of Turkey and Syria as the death toll is now above 20,000. This is Straight Arrow News, unbiased, straight facts. World leaders are calling Monday's historic earthquake one of the biggest natural disasters in our times. Day by day this week, we've been reporting a tragic increase to the numbers of lives lost. What started in the hundreds by end of week is now at more than 21,000 victims. Thousands of survivors facing their own hardships, homeless, cold, and grieving. Attention has largely moved from rescue to recovery as the United Nations sends in assistance and asks countries to give what they can to a region devastated by natural disaster.
The earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria is one of the biggest natural disasters in our times. More help is on the way, but much more is needed.
Back at home, our top story, much like last week, has continued to be the Chinese spy balloon once hovering over U.S. skies before being shot down over the Pacific last weekend. The House voting unanimously yesterday to condemn China for violating U.S. sovereignty. Over at the White House, officials telling us the balloon was equipped to detect and collect intelligence signals as part of a military-linked airspace surveillance program. But in a Telemundo interview on Thursday, President Joe Biden says it was not a major security breach.
It's not a major breach. I mean, look, it's a violation of international law. It's our airspace. And once it comes in our space, we can do what we want with it. So I told them as soon as they can shoot it down, shoot it down. They made a wise decision. They shot it down over water, recovering most of the parts.
Crucial surveillance equipment off the spy balloon is still sitting on the ocean floor as crews continue working to recover what they can. The already recovered parts are being investigated by federal officials. Former Vice President Mike Pence has been subpoenaed by the special counsel investigating former President Donald Trump, according to several news outlets. Special counsel Jack Smith was appointed back in November to oversee the DOJ's investigations into classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago and then a separate January 6th investigation involving the former president. It's not clear what information the special counsel is seeking in the subpoena. And so the trend continues, tech layoffs taking another chunk of employees, this time at Yahoo. The company announcing plans to lay off 20% of its workers, roughly 1,700 employees. Yahoo says it will cut 1,000 jobs starting this week, adding to the more than 60,000 tech jobs that have been cut so far this year, as companies like Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Google's parent company Alphabet all predict an economic slowdown coming sometime this year. Former NFL quarterback Brett Favre is suing two sports commentators and the Mississippi State Auditor in newly filed defamation lawsuits. You'll remember the former Green Bay Packer was surrounded with controversy following a 2020 state audit that found tens of millions of dollars from Mississippi's welfare program were misused. Some of those millions going toward Favre's alma mater and directly to the QB for a speech he never gave. Favre has been paying that money back to the state and has long denied knowing the money he received was coming from a welfare fund. He's suing for what he calls a smear campaign in the media over what became a scandal surrounding the NFL star. Chick-fil-A has announced a soft launch of a new plant-based sandwich that closely resembles its famous chicken sandwich. But instead of chicken, the fast food chain will be using breaded and pressure-cooked cauliflower in place of meat. Hand-select stores in Colorado, South Carolina, and North Carolina will be first to test out the product starting on Monday. These are your top headlines on this Friday morning. Thanks for watching the Daily Rundown with Straight Arrow News. We're on a mission to bring back trustworthy journalism by only serving you, not an agenda. We'll see you back here Monday morning. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a wonderful weekend.